Dearest 2024 year of reading, thank you for an awesome year. I look forward to doing my first ever Beasties Award show to talk about all the great things I read during your lifetime. But I am writing you to say that soon it will be time to say goodbye and turn the chapter, because there's a lot of awesome things I want to read in 2025. What's up, Beasties? It's Triple B, your friendly neighborhood bearded book beast. Welcome back to the channel. Glad you're here. You're looking good, looking sharp, looking fabulous. Looking like you're ready to turn the page and think about what you might want to read in 2025. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about all the books that I'm hyped for 2025. No, these are not them, but these are reference books in case it's a series, so I can show you book one to refresh your memory, or in case you haven't heard of them at all. I'll also have pictures up, of course, of the new covers if there are ones. So it's not as much as it looks. I am going to do a separate video before the end of the year talking about all the indie books I'm excited to read. This is going to be mostly traditionally published, but I do have 6 indie books that I know of when they're coming out that I'm super excited about. I need to do a little more research for the indie video because there's a lot I'm excited to read, but I don't know for sure dates yet. I got to check into that. But these ones I know that they are coming out and when. So without further ado, let's talk about all the books I want to read in 2025. Baby! First up, I want to give a shout out to a couple of booktubers that I know are working on books. Not a lot of details out yet. I don't know for sure when they will come out, but I do want to give a shout out to them because they are 2 of my most anticipated reads when they do come out. One is Talking Story. John, Jacob, their family, they're working on a book. And it sounds really awesome. It sounds a little Lovecraftian fantasy, and I cannot wait to read it. It's so cool that they're working on a book together. That is one of my most anticipated reads. I cannot wait to read that one. Check out John at Talking Stories channel if you haven't yet. I'll have it linked below, and get hyped for his and his family's book. It's going to be awesome. And then also my good friend, member of the Red Company, Chance Dillon. Check out his channel also down below. He gives writing updates and through his journey of writing his book, and I can't wait. A lot of awesome things to come from him. I've gotten to read some of his writing through excerpts from the book and a short story, and his writing is awesome, and what he's doing is fantastic. So get hyped. Subscribe to his channel if you haven't yet so you can get his writing updates. That is another book that I am highly anticipating reading whenever it comes out. I cannot wait. So make sure you go to his channel, both of their channels, so you can get more info from the source instead of me. But now on to the other books that I'm going to talk about for 2025. Alright, so the quick 6 indie ones that I'm really excited about. First up is the Black Mantle, beautiful cover, sequel to Harbinger of Justice by Andrew Watson. He is an awesome booktuber. I've had him on for Beast Friends Forever. Bucket list for me right away. One of my favorite YouTubers, booktubers, but also one of my favorite authors. And it was so awesome to talk to him. And he's just an awesome guy. But he is an awesome writer. I love this book so much. Really excited for Black Mantle, the sequel. It's supposed to be even better. And again, like he said now, because he loved my comp, this book is like Aladdin meets Venom meets Stranger Things. Book it. Read it. It's awesome. And then read Black Mantle, which comes out February 14th on Valentine's Day in 2025. Then we got on February 5th is the sequel to God's Blood Tragedy by Bill Adams. Lady Drakeslayer. Beautiful cover once again. I have not read this yet, but I really, really, really want to. I did start it, and the first couple of chapters were awesome. I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about the sequel, so I got to get this in January, or maybe on my Christmas break. I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely want to get it done in time to read Lady Drakeslayer, and Bill's an awesome guy, so excited about that one. And then around that time, early 2025, is the sequel to Elegy of a Fragmented Vineyard, and the sequel is called Duet of a Pernicious Eels. Duet of Pernicious Eels. He has awesome titles and awesome covers, as you can see here. And I've wanted to get into this series for a long time, and I'm definitely going to early 2025 so I can read that sequel. This is a fantasy series that deals with characters getting powers from ingesting and eating organs from other people, and it sounds awesome, so I cannot wait to check it out. And then in June, there's a couple more that I'm excited about. First is Chorus of War by Scott Palmer, which is the sequel to Memory of a Song, which I really want to read. I read the prequel novella Sound of Starfall, loved it. Cannot wait to read this in 2025 and be ready for Chorus of War. It's going to be awesome. And finally, in June 2025, is Ruins of a Shattered Dawn. Awesome title again. And that is the Elmerian Chronicles from Corey Ratliff. First book here, Whispers of a Worldbreaker. Awesome stuff. Corey's awesome. Been on the channel. He has so many cool books and stuff he's working on. I'm going to just be reading a bunch of his stuff over the next couple of years. But I definitely need to get his main series in. So definitely be reading this in 2025 to be ready for that in June. So there's some awesome indie books that I know for sure coming out in 2025 that I am going to be diving into. Look for the all indie books I want to read in 2025 video in the next couple weeks before the end of the year. All right, so first up, right away in the beginning of January, January 7th, is Breath of the Dragon by Fonda Lee and Shannon Lee. And this is going to be so awesome, based on Bruce Lee and his teachings, all in a fantasy world. Shannon Lee is his daughter, which is awesome. She's going to be helping with it. And I'm really excited about it. I already pre-ordered my copy. I actually got one signed by both Shannon Lee and Fonda Lee, which is awesome. So I can't wait for that to come in. And it has spread edges. And it's very inexpensive. Anyway, I'll put a link down below to that book if anyone's interested. But I'm really excited about it. It sounds like it's going to be awesome. Fonda Lee is, of course, the author of Greenbone Saga and Jade City, which I need to finish. I read about half of it and didn't finish it, and I loved it. So, got to finish Greenbone Saga, of course, but really excited about Breath of the Dragon. Pumped to read that one. It sounds like a lot of fun. But that's not all for Fonda Lee. Oh, no. I also found out that she has a book coming out at the end of the year. I think they're thinking November. Let me consult my notes so I don't forget anything here. Just end of 2025. But it is called The Last Contract of Asako. And let me tell you, in Fonda Lee's own words, what it says. She says, cyberpunk, samurai, space opera, without the space. Dune, with a 50-something-year-old, gives no Fs. Swordswoman on her last job, blended with vibes of Blade Runner and a touch of John Wick. Winter 2025. Yes, please. Tell me that doesn't sound sweet. Because it does. So that I am very excited about. For sure. Alright, then next up is in February. When is it? Early February 4th. We have Grave Empire, which is the start of a sequel series to Empire of the Wolf, which started with Justice of Kings. It's going to do a time skip forward hundreds of years, and that's just really cool. I'm excited. Richard Swan is an awesome dude. I actually emailed back and forth with him a little bit for a while when Trials of the Empire came out, and I got a signed copy from him, and he was super nice and very friendly, and we chatted for a bit. And now that I have a channel, I got to reach out to him again. And I only read Justice of Kings, loved it, and I need to read the other two books definitely before Grave Empire comes out, because that sounds like a lot of fun. So that one is going to be awesome. Then on February 11th, the 10th book of the Orphan X series by Greg Horowitz comes out, called Nemesis, and I'm so excited. Orphan X is one of my favorite series. It's like the only non-fantasy sci-fi-ish series that I still read. And I love this series, love Evan Smoke, love all the characters in it, and the way the last book left off. Oof, I can't wait to see what happens. Very excited. And if you haven't checked out Orphan X yet, you should. It is a great, great series. Very fun. Then, beginning of March, comes out Cold Iron Task, the third book from James J. Butcher, who is Jim Butcher's son. It is the Unorthodox Chronicles. I read Dead Man's Hand, loved it. I thought it was really good, funny, really enjoyed it. I have Long Past Dues, the sequel. Have not read it yet. Need to do that, and so I can be ready for Cold Iron Task in March. So excited about that. Then, end of March, Empires of Dust comes out, which is the newest book in the Bound and the Broken series. I read Fire and Blood, and loved it. I read the first novella, which was The Fall, and I need to read Exile and book 2 on. But I definitely want to try to get those in 2025 so I can read Empire of Dust as soon as possible. So yeah, I'm really excited. I loved Blood and Fire and The Fall, and I cannot wait to continue on with this series. And then in April, A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett, which is the sequel to The Tainted Cup, which is another book I really want to read, high on my list. So definitely want to get that in 2025 because I've heard great things, and I've wanted to read it for a long time. Somebody told me once it's like Sherlock Holmes meets Attack on Titan, a Sherlock Holmes type character in an Attack on Titan type world. I don't know, but it sounded awesome, and I don't even know if that's a good comp, but can't wait to read it. Can't wait to read the sequel in April. And then, of course, my most anticipated read that's for sure coming out in 2025 is The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. You know I love First Law. Joe Abercrombie is my favorite author. I don't even need to say anything. I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun. People that were lucky enough to get ARCs have said it's great, and I cannot wait. That comes out in middle of May, May 13th. It's going to be a party when I read that beasties. We'll definitely do some kind of read along. Maybe I'll have a Discord going by then. We'll do something fun. I don't know, but it's going to be awesome. And then the end of May, May 27th, is the sequel to a book I loved that I read this year, How to Become a Dark Lord and Die Trying. The sequel is called Everybody Wants to Rule the World Except Me by Django Wexler. I loved this book so much. It was so good. It was a little crass, hilarious, had a lot of humor, was a little gory at times, but it had like such a good message at its heart, and it was so much fun. I absolutely loved it. Played with a lot of fantasy and video game tropes. There was a fun loop. It was just great. Fantastic. Love this book. Cannot wait for the sequel in May. All right, so now we've got end of the year ones. In November, the Blackfire Blade is coming out. Awesome cover, again, for sure, by Jeff Brown, which is a sequel to Silver Blood Promise, another book that I read this year and loved. I cannot wait for the sequel. I just love the characters in this book. Really excited to continue on and read the sequel when it comes out in November. And now the rest of these last three, these last few here, don't have. Now these next three don't have a defined date, just late 2025. So hopefully we will get them in late 2025. And that is book 3 of Empire the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. He just announced it recently. I'm so excited. I cannot believe that that's coming out because I just read book 2 and I won't have to wait that long. And I love these books so much. They're so good. I can't wait to see what he does in the next book and what he does after that, and to backlog and read his other books, because I just love his writing, and I'm super pumped. Cannot wait. And then I found out that Glenn Cook is writing a 4th volume of The Black Company that will be out in late 2025. And right now the name they say is... where is it at? It's a pretty cool name. The Pitiless Reign. Late 2025. I have not read Black Company yet, but I have fallen in love with dark fantasy and grimdark. He's the father of grimdark, so I really need to read these, especially if at the end of next year there'll be a new one. So excited to check that out. And then the sequel to Will of the Many, The Strength of the Few, will be out hopefully in late 2025. And I still need to finish this book. It was one that I had the Beasties vote on to be my final book of the month back in October or September, I think. And I just didn't get through to it. And then, it was September, because then I started my spooky read. So I need to finish this so that I'm ready for The Strength of the Few, because I loved what I read of this. So, yeah, I'm excited about that one. And now these last ones are just... the maybes, you know. Will book 18 of Dresden Files come out? I don't know. 12 months, I believe it's supposed to be called. There was talk of it coming out in 2025. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll see, but I'm sure it'll come out sooner than later. And then Red God, will that be out? Probably not till 2026, but a guy can hope, because I love Red Rising. So we'll see if Red God comes out. And finally, hopefully in late 2025, book 7 of Sun Eater will be out, and that is called Shadows Upon Time. Of course, Sun Eater by Christopher Racchio, blowing up, fantastic. I've read Empire of Silence, Howling Dark. I've read the 2 novellas, The Lesser Devil and Queen Amidst Ashes. I've read the first short story collection, and now I'm reading Demon in White. Absolutely love this world. Love Christopher's writing. Love this series. And I'm definitely going to get caught up in time for that book 7. So yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully it's in late 2025. So yeah, there was a bunch of things that I'm excited to read. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you are excited to read in 2025. I'm sure there's some that you are excited about that I don't know yet. And again, look out before the end of the year for my 2025 most anticipated indie reads, all indie. We'll talk about that in another video. That's going to be awesome. So hopefully this list helps you find out about some cool books coming out in 2025. Hopefully you had a good time. If this is your first time here, consider sticking around, subscribing, helps the channel grow. We'll be Beast Friends, and you'll be a part of an awesome community of lovely people that I am proud to call my Beasties. And make sure, if you aren't excited about any books in 2025, just leave me a comment and say hi. Tell me what you're reading, what you're playing, what you're watching, what you're doing, or just talk about life, because I love to hear from you guys. I respond to every comment, and it's one of my favorite things to do, so make sure to do that. And that's all I got for you. So until I see you in the next video, have a great day. Devour your TBRs. Be brave, be beautiful to one another, and be beastly. We'll see you.